You know, I've watched a lot of golf videos on YouTube. I'm telling you. I've seen a lot of advertisements, videos, Google articles, you name it. And there's so huge a percentage of them that talk about the secret.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Secret move, secret club, secret position, the secret golf ball, secret to low scores. There's so much of it out there. Is there really a secret? Well, I'm trying to tell you, if there's a secret, and everybody's got it, but it's all different. No one has the same secret. Then is there really a secret? Well, maybe it's an individual thing that's different for each and every person out there. Videos, articles, books, magazine cutouts, and even people on the driving range or on the golf course that you run into that are your friends or complete strangers. A lot of them have told you, I found the secret to great golf. This is what you got to do. You got to try this. And then you go try it, and maybe you have a little bit of success, but most often you don't. Why are there so many different secrets out there? I even had a friend of mine tell me one time that the secret to great golf was to not care. Do you think Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Ben Hogan, Byron Nelson, any of these guys, do you honestly think that the reason that they played great golf was because they didn't care? That's ridiculous. They care. They care a lot. So then you think about it, well, maybe the secret is that, yeah, they care. Maybe they just act like they don't care. No, that doesn't make any sense either. Now, as ridiculous as that statement sounds, that all these champs didn't care, the more I think about it and the further I get into my studying of the game of golf, the more I start to think maybe, just maybe, he was onto something. Not in the way that he put it. The way he put it is absolutely ridiculous. But in the intent that he had in trying to describe to me how champions play like champions. I think there may be one sort of universal thought or approach that could apply to all golfers to help us improve. I'll start with a little bit of history about the mechanics of the golf swing and where we've gone in golf teaching in the last few decades, and then I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Ben Hogan's 5 Fundamentals book changed the game. His swing became the model for so many golfers and so many teachers that it was ridiculous. I mean, this guy dug it out of the dirt, in his own words, and became the model golf swing, the pursuit of perfection, and this guy was a great ball striker. Then you look at somebody like Jack Nicklaus. He was the winningest golfer of all time. He influenced Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods became an incredible champion, who then in turn influenced Rory McIlroy, who is once again another great champion. Then take a look at somebody like Greg Norman. If you read the stories about him, he started as a teenager following his mom around the country club, and he became a great golfer almost overnight. He was a sensation. It was crazy. Moe Norman is regarded as the greatest ball striker in history, but he looked nothing like the other pros. He didn't dress the same, he didn't set up the same, he didn't swing the same, but all of them couldn't wait to get a look at Moe hit balls on the range because every ball he hit was dead solid and dead straight, and they were trying to learn the secret from him. It even spawned a completely new swing called the single plane swing, which Todd Graves touts today. He teaches it to everybody because it is their secret. They learned it from Moe. Look at this picture. This is one of the things that he says he felt in his swing. Nobody does this actually in a swing, but he felt it. I've only recently been studying a guy called Count Yogi. This guy may take the title from Moe Norman for best ball striker ever, and he swears he used zero mechanics and that he was 100% mental, and it was all due to his impeccable pre-shot routine, which he developed over the course of his childhood and on into his early years, and it allowed him to hit the most amazing shots in history. More and more on YouTube, we're seeing divergent teachers come to life. People like Brian Sparks, who teaches what he calls the easiest swing in golf, who markets towards seniors. Then there's another guy up in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, called Ron Sisson. He's a Canadian PGA pro who teaches more of a sort of subconscious swing. Sean Clement is an amazing teacher, once again from Canada. You got Sean Clement, Ron Sisson, Moe Norman, all these guys from Canada. But Sean's claim to fame, and what I find to be so great about what he teaches, is that he gets you task-oriented. He gets you away from striking a golf ball and puts you more into activities that you are familiar with. He uses a wide array of tools like sledgehammers and grass whips, hockey sticks, things like that to explain his swing mechanics. Then there's a teacher like Jim Venetos, who I've been working with for months out of California. He doesn't even worry about swing mechanics. He believes that the mechanics of the swing are a product of the setup. So he tries to get you succeeding before you ever strike a golf ball. He puts you in a closed position with your weight on your left side and your shoulders closed so that you can then allow the club to swing on its own path without any effort and strike the golf ball with great accuracy and consistency, which is what we're all looking for. So with all of these different teachers, swinging all of these different ways, with such a variety of approaches to the game and the swing, and they've all got great success, not only in their own games, but with their students, how is that possible that they all seem to have the secret, but they're all so different? Why is that? That's what makes it confusing for me and people like me to understand who we need to go to get the information and the teaching and the techniques necessary to play great golf. What I've started to realize lately is that there is an abundance of videos and articles and magazines and books and teachers all trying to help people with physical golf technique and mechanics. Those physical mechanics are what's getting in our way. What we have as average golfers or struggling golfers is a mental golf issue. And I'm not talking in the sense of what club to hit or where to put the ball or how to hit the fairway or which greens and pins they should try and attack and which bunkers they should avoid. I'm talking about the other mental side of the game. I'm talking about your intent. Your intent to hit the golf ball in a certain way using your subconscious mind. That, I believe, is the key to improvement. We work so much on mechanics and fundamentals and setup, and we try and get our clubs custom fit to fit our swing, and all of that has a place. All of it's great. But at the same time, I believe that what we really have as below or average golfers is a mental golf issue. So what are we doing? We're going back and forth, trying this and that to use our conscious mind to make physical changes to our setup and to our swing, when what we should be doing is trying to help our conscious mind get out of the way so that our subconscious mind, which controls all of the things that we do every day, like breathing, walking, stirring, feeding ourselves, opening doors, tying shoes, putting on clothes, brushing our teeth, all of those are handled by our subconscious. We don't have to think about it. So our conscious mind is what's getting in the way. It's trying to micromanage the movements that our subconscious knows perfectly well how to move. It's a lot like, okay, here you go for you Cowboys fans. It's a lot like Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. Now, Jerry Jones goes out and hires the best coaching staff that he can find, the best trainers. He drafts and pays for the best players. He puts together this entire team and he gives them the best field and the best practice facilities and the best uniforms and the best nutritionists and the best psychologists and the best weight rooms and the best of everything. And he hires all these people to control all of this stuff and make a champion. And then what does he do? He steps in and micromanages every last detail and he ruins it. If he would just stay out of the way and sit up in the box and be quiet, everything would be great. But instead he interferes, he butts in, he tries to micromanage, and you get what you've had for the past 2 or 3 decades. There you go. Perfect analogy. I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you next time.